Hello class, I'm making this video to share with you the instructions for the group proposal progress report that is due this week. So if you look at this assignment prompt in front of you, the first thing I state here is that before starting to work on this assignment, make sure you read the complete global issue group proposal final draft assignment prompt. Now, this means that this progress report relates to the group proposal that you have been working on since last week and is due next week. So what I've done is that I've divided the group proposal assignment into smaller parts so that it is more feasible, but this is a big assignment. When I say this assignment, I mean the actual group proposal assignment. Let me take you to that prompt. So in front of you now you have the global issue group proposal assignment prompt, and this prompt was made available to you week 2, and like I said, the assignment was divided into parts. The first part you completed was the annotated bibliography, before which you actually got together as a group and decided upon a topic for this assignment, and then you were required to conduct research. So now coming back to this prompt, I want to begin with what actually are you doing all this work for? So this is your major group project or semester project, which is a proposal in which you will propose a solution to resolve a problem that exists in a specific country that obviously is not the United States. Okay, so we are a global course, so our topic has to be global. It has to be somewhere else in the world. So we're going to find an issue, and then we're going to try to propose a solution to fix that problem. Okay, I had given you a list of few topics over here, and you were asked to pick one of these, and this was the first part of this assignment, which you did last week. You already picked a topic, and after picking the topic, you already divided the work, which is what you were asked to do, that each student should take a load of what they're going to do, decide that, and then conduct the research. So you did the research and you did the annotated bibliography, right? Now, before I go into this week's progress report, I'm still going to go over a little bit more details on this final draft of the proposal. Because this is a big assignment, I want to bring your attention to it, that it is no longer just to read 2 sources and annotate them. This assignment has lots of parts, so you want to start working on this as soon as you guys can as a group, okay? So this assignment will have specific parts, multiple parts. The first one is, just adding a title block and all that stuff. You will have a purpose statement, which you already developed for the annotated bibliography. You will have summary paragraphs, and then you will have your introduction, several paragraphs, and I give you different ideas on how you can divide the work between the group. After the introductions, you will have the proposed task, you will have the schedule and budget, and then you will have your qualification experiences leading to your reference list. Now, let me show you actually a sample project group proposal. So this is what the final group proposal is going to look like. This is what I meant by the title block, and including the badge and the address, and then you move on to the purpose statement, which you already created for the annotated bibliography. Then you have the summary. You will see you have several paragraphs, about 4 to 5 paragraphs. You can divide the work where each student is doing one part, or you can divide where one person is doing just the summaries, the next one is doing just the introduction. So it all depends on what your group wants to do, okay? Next, there is the introduction paragraphs, and then so on. Introduction also has several paragraphs, and then you have the proposed task. The proposed task is where you can divide the work, which direction each student is going to go. Like for example, the first task is conducting a comprehensive review of what the issue is, what really is the exigency, what really is the problem. One of the student can entirely focus on that, do their research about it. And then once you do that research, basically everything is going to come out of that. Your introduction, what's the exigency? It goes into the introduction paragraph. What's the exigency? It goes into the summary paragraph too. So ideas are going to be repeated here and there in the report, in the proposal. But remember, you can repeat, but you cannot copy and paste. All right, remember that. And do remember, you are required to use sources and support your claims with evidence and cite them likewise. Okay, I'm pointing out where there's an in-text citation right here. You will do the same. Second student can determine the various options to eradicate the problem. So one of the member can focus their research on, okay, this is a problem in a certain country, like for this examples on Bangladesh. So you will talk about, the second student will focus on how can we fix this problem. Third person can look into what is already being done, what are some of the options that have worked in the country already, what direction they're moving in, or what other countries are doing to resolve these kind of problems. So basically these tasks will tell you what to do, what direction a student can go to. Each member can, like the fourth member can focus on the calculated solution to the problem. So we've done the first member did the depth of the problem, how big a problem it really is. The second one looked at what can be the possible solutions. The third one looked at what are what has worked in the past, what is working for other people, other countries. And the fourth one can do, okay, now we have all this information, so what can we propose to actually fix this problem? And it doesn't have to be entirely new proposal. It can be you take what's already there and improve it to move forward. Okay, remember, none of this information has to be faked. It is what you can really propose as a group of students at Prairie View A&M University. Okay, so this is your group proposal, which leads into you providing a budget that's going to be needed for this proposal, the timeline you'll need. So this is a good 10 to 11 page, 12 page proposal. Now if you say, oh my god, a big assignment, remember there's 5 of you working on this. Okay, and if there's 4 of you, or even if there's a group with only 3 members left in it, the work is divided to where you don't have to do work for others, right? Your introductory paragraphs will be fewer than the ones with the 5. Your summary will be shorter than the ones with the bigger group and all that stuff. Okay, so this is a big assignment, but remember, if you were taking Comp 2, which is the equivalent to this course, you would be writing research essays, at least 3 of them. And here there's 5 of you writing this 10-page assignment. It is big, it requires you to work together, but it is justifiable. Okay, it is what a Comp 2 or a technical writing student should be doing at the least. Okay. Okay, now I'm back to the group proposal progress report prompt. So you have a brief understanding of what the entire proposal is about. Now we have the progress report due this week, this Monday. What are we doing for this? So last week you did an annotated bibliography, in which, or to conduct research. Before doing that, you were required to get together as a group, pick a topic from the given choices, and then you were to create a proposal statement, purpose statement rather, and then you were required to each take a direction, who's going to do what. Okay, it doesn't help that all 5 of you start researching what the problem is. Like I said in this video previously, divide the work. One of you look what the problem is, the other one look for what different kind of solutions that can be. The fourth one looks for what the other countries are doing. So on, just like I explained previously. Okay, so now in this report, in the progress report, you are reporting what work has already been completed and what work needs to be done. So a progress report is usually divided into 3 sections: the introduction, the project status, and then the conclusion. Okay, the introduction discusses the exigency, the background. So whoever did the first part of the research, like they try to understand what the problem truly is, can contribute to the introduction. Okay, but this is basically going to be your team leader who can lead, who's already done their part of the research or their part of the project status, and can go the extra step and do this paragraph for the group. Because over here it says, as a group, one member will take the lead to create the introduction section of the report. Okay, there's no extra credit for it, but as a leader, you will be taking your team into the right direction. Okay, so after the introduction, each student is required to tell me in 3 paragraphs. So every student will be writing 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you will tell me what part of the project have you personally contributed or completed. Okay, and every student should have a different answer. I don't want each one of you to say, I conducted research. That's very generic. What research did you conduct? What did you conclude from that research? And I just explained earlier, if you look at the proposal assignment final draft prompt and look at the tasks listed out there, task 1, task 2, task 3, you can divide your research based on that. Okay, so here this member will tell me that I conducted research, or don't just get to the research right away. You will talk about how on a certain day your group got together, you picked this topic. You can talk about why you guys decided to pick that topic. You can talk about what other options you looked at. Whatever really you did, there's no faking over here. What exactly you did is what you report, okay? So in the opening paragraph, which is about 150 to 200 words, you will provide me information on what you personally are contributing or planning to contribute to this project, okay? And then in the second paragraph, you will tell me you were required to research 2 sources. So in the first one, you will talk about just the first source, okay? And 150 to 200 words, you will tell me what does that source bring to your project, okay? I know you did the annotated bibliography. You have all that information there. Do not copy and paste. That will be a big deduction of points. You can restate things because it's the same source. So restate those things in about 150 to 200 words. Who is the author? Why is this source reliable? How is it going to help shape your proposal? Okay, then you'll move on to source number 2 and you'll do the same for that. All right, next you will reach to the conclusion. Okay, and it says that each student will add 150 to 200 word conclusion paragraph to this section. Yes, this means the conclusion section will have about 4 to 5 paragraphs depending on how many members there are in the group. So basically you have, each student has to do 4 paragraphs. First paragraph, you tell us what individually you did or will be doing, what your first source is contributing, what's the contribution of source number 2, and what is your conclusion. And in the conclusion, what do you talk about? In the conclusion, you're going to talk about, obviously you're going to summarize whatever your plan is, and then you're going to talk about, in the opening of your paragraph, you spoke about what you've done. In the conclusion, you will talk about what is remaining that you are going to contribute to the group or to the project. It's not that the project, we still have this remaining, this, that remaining. No, by this time, I want to see the work has been divided and this is your responsibility and this is what moving forward by next week you will have completed. Okay, I hope this video explains this project and I hope you all do well, because these are big assignments, specifically the one coming up next week, the final project. But all of this leads to that. So be honest to your work, be honest to your group, and be honest to the assignment. There's no need to fake anything. You will tell me what exactly is going on. So this is your group project progress report or group proposal progress report. If you have any other questions, write to me, email me, and I will definitely get back to you on that. So quickly before I stop recording, I have in front of me a sample. Rather, it's not a sample, it's a template that you can use to create your progress report. Remember, format is key for technical documents. Format and following instructions are the first two steps for any technical documents, no matter what profession you plan to join, no matter what major you are in. You don't follow the format, you don't follow the instructions, your technical document has already failed. So don't do that. Don't let yourself hurt because of not following instructions or the required format. So the format will be of a technical progress report where you'll start with the badge on the top. You'll have the university address, see how it's bold-faced, and then you'll have the date, to, and the information, and then the from information. Remember, in the from information, you will add only the names of those students who truly contributed to the project, okay? If there's someone who did not contribute at all, you do not add their name. Then the subject line to introduce your topic, and then you will have the introduction paragraph, which you will explain the exigency and background. And like I said, one of the members of the team will have to take the lead on this, but it depends on how your group wants to work this out. You have to have an introduction, whether there's two of you, it's your decision how you do it. There has to be an introduction, only one introduction, okay? Next, you have, I'm repeating myself, 4 paragraphs coming from each individual member of the group. The first paragraph will talk about what work has been done already. The second paragraph will, what has been done individually by this member, okay? Second and third paragraph will discuss the sources. What are your sources contributing, bringing to this project? And the fourth paragraph will be your concluding paragraph, which will talk about what remains to be done. No, not just collectively, but what remains to be done individually by you. Okay? All right then. Thank you for sticking around. And if you have any questions, email me. Bye-bye.